Hello, everyone. Welcome to our weekly essential oil education call. My name is Nicole Vincent, and I am here to teach you. Today, we are going to be talking about 4 different oils, and I'm super excited to share with you about these oils. We're going to be talking about 3 blends and 1 single oil, and I hope that this information will help you understand your oils better and be able to use your oils in new and different ways, and also to be able to share them with your friends and those that you love to help and support them on their health and wellness journey. So if you have questions, we do have an open Q&A session at the end of the recording. So please stay on. You can also type those in the chat box if you would like to stick them in there, and because I'm human, I'm going to miss stuff, I'm going to forget stuff, and I would love to answer your questions. So without further ado, let's dig right in. So the first oil blend we are actually talking about today is Aromatouch, and this is a great blend. I absolutely love the scent of this blend. Oh, it is used in our Aromatouch technique, but it is so much more than that. This was actually developed by Dr. Hill towards the start of doTERRA for a neuropathy blend to help with that circulatory and nerve issues that happen a lot with, especially in the legs and feet. But it really is just such a great blend. It's got, I'm getting older, so I'm like, okay, let's see if I can actually read these. It's got cypress, peppermint, marjoram, basil, grapefruit, and lavender oils in it. And so this is typically known for that neuropathy support, circulatory support. It's used, of course, like I said, in the Aromatouch blend. And the oils in this blend are so great for helping with just getting things moving. Cypress is kind of like the roto-rooter of essential oils. It just kind of goes in, it's this slow and gentle one. So it's not like, boom, you put on the cypress, you're going to feel different. It's a very slow and steady. It's kind of like that, the tortoise and the hare, right? This one definitely slow and steady wins the race with cypress. But it really helps clear out our circulatory system, our lymphatic system, our nervous system. It just helps stuff move. And it just is such a great oil. And the other oils in this blend that we've got the marjoram and the peppermint and the basil and grapefruit, and lavender. All of them are very pain reducing. And so this is a great oil for headaches. Maybe you've tried past tense or deep blue and haven't seen the results that you've wanted. Aromatouch just addresses pain in a different way, especially if you have neurological pain or circulatory pain. This is such a great oil to use to massage into the muscles, into our the circulatory pathways, your lymphatic pathways. It's just a fabulous, fabulous oil. Now, a few other uses of this oil that aren't typically known. This is a great oil for earaches. If you've got anybody that suffers from earaches, ear infections, this is a great oil to put a drop on a cotton ball and stick that in the ear. You can also apply it outside around the ears. Very pain relieving, very antimicrobial. It's got the basil in there, the marjoram that are very antimicrobial as well. This is also a very great blend for spasms. So if you have muscle spasms, if you have cough, which is spasm, if you have stomach spasms, this is a great oil blend to help support that. So this is one that diluting it and applying it along the throat or putting it in the diffuser is great to help if you've got a cough that just is not going away. Or maybe you just have stomach cramping that just won't go away. It's a great oil just to apply around your belly button, and it can help soothe that digestive tract as well. I love coupling this with deep blue for that deep pain relief. So if you've really got some sore muscles, layering this with the deep blue or deep blue rub can be fabulous. I love to diffuse this blend. It just is super calming. If you have a hard time relaxing, if you're one that's you're just wound really, really tight and you just can't let go of control, you can't relax, this is a great blend to stick in your diffuser, and it just helps you just relax a little bit. And let's understand why, because of the emotional properties of this oil. So if you have problems with feeling tense, you're constantly stiff in your body, like your shoulders are up in your ears because you're just so wound tight, and you're just unable to relax, this is the blend for you. It's going to hit those emotional chords that are going to help your body relax. It's going to give it permission to chill out and be okay in a relaxed state. It helps you to feel move from stiffness of heart and mind. So maybe you're feeling super stubborn in your thoughts or super stubborn in your feelings, like, I'm right, they're wrong. This is a great oil to apply over your heart, diffuse in the air, breathe in, to help open that and allow you that flexibility to be able to shift into a more flexible state. It helps you when you're feeling grief or sorrow. It's a very comforting blend and just helps you be able to kind of catch your breath as you're feeling tense from extreme emotions such as grief or sorrow. It helps you to move in harmony again and just help everything get aligned. That's why this oil blend is so great in our Aromatouch technique. If you've ever had an Aromatouch technique, you know that after that technique, you feel aligned. You're just like, man, this feels amazing. Like you just feel so zen and in your harmonious place. So Aromatouch blend, use this blend, guys. It is such a fabulous, fabulous blend for so many different reasons. So make sure you are using it. Okay, the next blend we're going to be talking about today is Balance. I've got my little bottle of Balance. I just realized I don't have my light on. And Balance is one that we cannot be without in my home. This is the blend that my husband first was like, oh, these oils actually do work. My husband he's kind of a stress ball. He just tends to be a little bit more stressed and anxious. And he had just a stressful day at work, and he was exhausted from it. Like you could just tell he was just exhausted from the stress of it and just carrying that stress. And so he came home from work, and this was probably maybe it was a few weeks after I got my oil, because this is not an oil in my kit. This was I think this was my second order, Balance was in it. But he was just completely exhausted, plopped down on the bed, and I said, can I try something? He's like, whatever, Nicole, because I'm this new hippie weirdo with my weird smelling oils. He's not sure what to do with me. And so I grabbed the Balance because I had heard on webinars that this is really good for stress. And so I just put a few drops on his feet and just kind of rubbed them in a little bit. I didn't give him a nice foot massage because I'm not that nice of a person. But I just rubbed it on his feet real quick. And I went into the bathroom to wash my hands and brush my teeth. And in that short amount of time of washing my hands and brushing my teeth, he's like, Nicole, what did you put on me? And my immediate thought was like, oh crap, it's burning him. Like I did something wrong, because I wasn't confident in my oil usage at that time. And he's like, I feel 100% better. He just applying that Balance. He had no idea what I was doing. He was just, at my mercy because he was so stressed out. But he felt such an immediate change in his level of stress that he was like, whoa, what was that? In a good way. And so Balance now is that and Deep Blue are probably tied for his favorite oils, but it's one that he goes to all the time. He loves it on his feet to help him relax and just release that stress and help him especially go to sleep, because his stress really builds up at the end of the day, like many of us do. And then we're just wound up and we can't calm down enough to sleep. And so Balance is such a great oil. I love it on the bottoms of the feet, on the wrist where you can smell it when you're sleeping. If you're like a side sleeper or whatever, you can put a drop or two on your pillow. If you've got a white pillowcase, probably not, because this does have some blue tansy in it that has a blue tint, so you don't necessarily want to be possibly staining your bed sheets. But this is just such a great oil to apply for any kind of stress. It just really melts it away. And you don't have to use it at night. You can use it during the day. It doesn't make you sleepy. It just helps you feel relaxed. So you can actually combine this with the Aromatouch if you are having difficulty relaxing. And we will do that. These two in the diffuser together, equal drops of each, is phenomenal, especially if there's just super high stress situations. Balance is also great for just your circulatory health. Putting drops on the bottom of your feet every day is great maintenance. It just helps your cells, your red blood cells especially, be nice and healthy and happy, which allows the rest of your body to get what it needs because our red blood cells are transporting those nutrients and oxygen to our body. So you want to make sure that those are nice, healthy, and happy cells, and balance is great for that. Balance is also great at balancing you. So whether you, especially in our mood, so some of us our moods might get really high. We might tend to go to that anxious state, right? Some of us, our moods might be down low. We might get more into the depressive state. Balance actually helps with both of those. So whether you're high or low, it helps bring you to a good balanced area where you can feel better. You can feel more harmonious. You can feel better. It really just balances you. So any kind of anxiety, any kind of depression, any kind of stress, it just really helps bring everything into homeostasis. And I love to combine it with different things. So if I'm down here, I'm feeling depressed, I love to combine it with Citrus Bliss. Oh my gosh, guys, stick Citrus Bliss and Balance in your diffuser. You will thank me, especially if you're down in the dumps a little bit. It just really helps elevate you, helps you feel great. It's also great with elevation, but with if you're going to do it with elevation, instead of equal drops of both, do about 4 to 5 drops of Balance and 1 drop of elevation. If I'm feeling a little anxious, I'm feeling just like super worried, super tense, I will combine it with some Serenity. And it brings you down. And so Serenity and Balance together has jokingly been referred to as liquid Xanax. And of course, essential oils cannot replace medication, so that's not what I'm doing. It's a play on the effect that it has, is it really helps you feel very calm and very peaceful. And so equal parts Serenity and Balance in your diffuser or in a roller bottle, or just apply it on your wrists, your back of your neck, over your heart. It can really just help everything calm down. So Balance, it blends well with everything. I think it just makes everything better. So I love Balance. It is such an amazing oil, amazing scent, and it is fabulous. So of course it's a grounding blend, and that's something that Balance is really great for that we don't always talk about. It actually helps balance the energy flow, the electrical flow in our bodies. We are electrical beings. And so we have these electrical impulses and energetic flows going throughout our body. And Balance helps that, especially as we are on our phones too much, we're in front of a computer, we are surrounded by electronics. And Balance really helps us get grounded, physically grounded, just like a grounding wire, so that our cells aren't short-circuiting. They're not like misfiring those electrical impulses. Balance really helps bring that down. Now, emotionally, it helps you be grounded. It helps you be present. It helps you connect to your roots, like who you truly are. It helps strengthen connections with your lower body and with the earth. So if you're feeling very disconnected, maybe you're just, you're a dreamer and your head's in the clouds all the time because you just love to think and have all these ideas, but you have a hard time being present. Balance is a great oil to help you just get connected and get grounded with the earth. So maybe you're a student, maybe you've been taking some course, maybe you've just been learning a bunch. Balance can help you come back down a little bit and just help be nice and grounded. Those that like to disconnect, maybe you have addictions that help you disconnect. Maybe a game, any TV show, maybe you're binging on Netflix or whatever. And that's really when we're disconnecting. We're trying to disconnect from ourselves to maybe avoid emotional hurts. Maybe we don't want to look inside ourselves because we're scared of what we might find there. Balance can help you get grounded and centered so that you can have the strength to face those maybe emotional, painful things to help work through them. It helps us that by staying present, we can deal with the pain at hand and get past it instead of continually avoiding it. So I love Balance for so many reasons. Okay, black pepper. This truly is an unsung hero. It comes in a 5 milliliter bottle, and black pepper is I love it. Now, when you smell it, you're like, oh yeah, that smells like pepper, but it doesn't. To me, it's a lot softer and a lot smoother than what the black pepper spice that a lot of us are used to. I don't particularly find that this is a hot oil on my skin, but if you do have sensitive skin, I would recommend diluting it. It is an oil that you totally can cook with. So if you are, I am not a cook. If you are, can totally be used. Start out with just a toothpick in the oil and then swirl it in your recipe until you get the flavor that you want. But this oil is just phenomenal because if you look here at the chemistry, it's got a good blend of monoterpene and sesquiterpene. And we want this because the monoterpene hydrocarbons are going to be the fast acting. This is going to be the emergency responders. This is going to be first on the scene, right? They're simpler molecules. They're able to get to the problem quick. But then we also have these sesquiterpene hydrocarbons. These are more complex molecules. They're going to take their time. These are going to come in and they're going to stay a little bit longer. And they're going to do some extra nourishing and some extra deeper repair and some extra longer fighting. And that's what makes black pepper so great, is because you have both. And black pepper, this is an oil that we use very often in my house to help support our immune systems. When we are fighting something, black pepper is one of the first oils I turn to. It's an oil that is in our On Guard Plus soft gels because of its antimicrobial properties. And when I say antimicrobial, that is just kind of a wide spectrum term that applies to bacteria, fungi, viruses, any little bitty microbes that are causing problems within our bodies. That is antimicrobial. And so many of our oils have that property, and black pepper is a very, very strong one in that respect. This is an oil that you can use topically, internally, or diffusing. I use this oil all three ways. I use it topically for pain. So black pepper combined with some deep blue or the Aromatouch is phenomenal because it really helps with circulation. It helps, it's a very warming oil. So if you're one that tends to be cold a lot and that your limbs or your muscles might suffer because of that lack of circulation, black pepper is a great oil to introduce into your deep blue or your Aromatouch or even your past tense usage, whichever oil blend, which all three of those are pain relieving, but they all address it in different ways. Whichever one resonates with your body the best, adding some black pepper in there can be very, very beneficial. It just kicks it up a notch. If you are one that tends to you tend to run hot, this might not be the best oil for you to use topically because it is a warming oil and you don't want to set yourself on fire, so to speak, especially maybe you're going through menopause and you're having hot flashes. Black pepper might be best for you to use internally or diffused. This really is a great oil just to help you calm down too. It's just a very, think of like a warm blanket. It just kind of helps bring you in and just, it's going to be okay. Helps you feel safe, helps you feel okay with being you and okay with whatever you're going through. So physically, it is also going to help with pain relief, with fighting infection, and with circulation. That's the main ways that we use this. So any area that you're experiencing those, pain, inflammation, or you need some immune support, put this oil on, put it in a capsule. It is phenomenal in the diffuser. One way that I love black pepper, and I don't like to use this for myself because I tend to I'm too munchy. But if you have anyone that struggles with the desire to eat, maybe the elderly, or maybe someone that might be on medication that suppresses appetite, black pepper is a great oil to help actually stimulate appetite. So either diffusing it or even putting a drop on the tongue can be very, very beneficial to help stimulate appetite. And so it's phenomenal for that. Another way black pepper is used is to help with addictions, especially oral or smoking addictions. And it's been scientifically proven that just inhaling black pepper essential oil can help reduce the cravings for cigarettes. Isn't that amazing? So if you or someone you know is trying to quit smoking, black pepper on the tip of the tongue. And I would also recommend either grapefruit, clove, or star anise because those three oils, not all together, but just one of them, can help with that numbing, tingling sensation in the mouth that smoking can sometimes give. to help reduce that desire to smoke. So black pepper is any oral thing. Maybe someone has a bad habit of chewing on pencils or chewing on toothpicks, or biting their nails. Black pepper can be just a great oil to help break those addictions. So just inhaling it has been shown to be effective enough. So you can get like little inhaler tubes. They have little like cotton centers that you can just put the oil on and inhale it. You can get those from Aromatouch. You can just take the bottle and take a whiff out of the bottle. Whatever works for you. It is very, very effective. Just use it as often as needed. So emotionally, black pepper is an oil that I definitely use for a lot of emotional work. It is the oil of unmasking. So if you've got somebody that is in emotional dishonesty, maybe they're in denial, they're repressed, maybe they feel that they have to put on a specific facade for people to love and accept them, this is an oil that can help them remove that mask and help reveal their true self and help them get to their true identity. And so this helps you really get real and dig deep. So this can be an oil that if you are using it for physical reasons and you notice that some ugly sides, some not so desirable sides are coming out of you, that is just, it's part of that emotional processing, and you might want to address that. There's a lot of different emotional release techniques that I talk about and teach in my holistic group. If you need that information, just message me and I will hook you up. But there's a lot of different things to help you get real and help you get to your true self, help you remove those layers of what you might have put on to keep yourself safe or to have people accept you. This just helps remove all of those. So it helps you have emotional honesty. It helps you get to your authentic true self. It helps you feel courageous and motivated. It helps you be self-aware, and it helps you be in your own personal integrity. So black pepper is a very powerful emotional oil. So just be careful if you are using this for any of the physical reasons that we talked about, or you're suggesting this for any of the physical reasons that we talked about. Just be aware of the emotional implications that might arise. And as they arise, just be, oh, there it is. It's just peeling off those layers, and just work through them and it'll be okay. The next oil I want to talk about is Breathe. And this is a fabulous blend. Most of us this is probably one of the first oils we were exposed to. I think it is in every single kit, almost. And it is such an amazing blend. I love how it smells. It's just it's a breath of fresh air. It really is. It has laurel leaf, peppermint, eucalyptus, melaleuca, lemon, and ravensara, and cardamom. And I just realized that this is actually, the bottle I have here is an original bottle of Breathe, so it does not have the cardamom in it. I was like, that smells a little different than I'm used to. So that's what happens when you've been using oils for a long time. But Breathe is our respiratory blend. It is going to support our respiratory tract and help our lungs, our esophagus, all that great stuff, just be able to, not our esophagus, that's part of your digestive tract, but your trachea, help everything be supported and opened, our sinuses, all that good stuff. It's going to help you breathe freely. Now, this is an oil that it truly is for the respiratory tract. Like, there's not a ton that outside of maybe some sinus pressure or breathing or coughing that you're going to have different usages of this. But it's a great oil that I feel everybody needs, because we all have problems with this at some point. This is one you want to use topically or internally. If you do have sensitive skin, definitely dilute it. But applying on your chest if it's congested, your throat if you've got a cough, or your sinuses if you are congested in the sinus area, can really help open those up. One of my favorite ways to use Breathe, especially if I'm having a little bit of chest congestion or maybe a little wheezing, is I will take my hand, I'll put a drop of Breathe on my hand, just one drop. And I actually like to combine Aromatouch with this, because Aromatouch is great for the respiratory tract as well. So I'll put my drop of Aromatouch on there, and I will make an O with my other hand, and I will put it, I will put it there, like on the palm with the oils underneath it. I will blow out all my air. And then before I intake, I'm going to put my lips over the hole that I made. and inhale that oil as I take that breath. And then I'm going to hold it in for a second and then exhale. Then I'm going to do it again. And you will feel it go in, and it will help relax everything. If you have somebody that they do struggle with wheezing on a regular basis, maybe they have more of an asthmatic tendency, I would recommend, especially if it's anxiety tends to manifest itself that way. With the breathe, I would recommend either a drop of lavender or serenity to help really introduce some calming as well as you breathe that in, as you allow those oils to help soothe and calm down your airways. It really does make a big, big, big difference. Great blend in the diffuser. I love to combine it with On Guard for overall respiratory and immune support. I love to diffuse it at night with some Serenity or Balance. I love to combine it with the Aromatouch blend when we have coughs that just don't like to go away. Breathe, I do want to, well, actually, we'll wait for just a second. It's just such a fabulous oil, and emotionally, it is a powerhouse. And this is a strong one. This might strike a chord with some of you. But the lungs, our lungs, emotionally is where we hold the emotions of grief, pain, and loss. And so if you've experienced a lot of loss or grief in your life, you probably have some lung or breathing issues. And breathe can be very, very, very beneficial for that. And it really helps open up emotionally, that it loosens it. It helps release that grief and loss. So if you feel suffocated by sadness, this is a great oil blend for you. Apply it over your heart, breathe it in just like I showed you. If you're feeling unloved, you grieve for love that you didn't get. Maybe your parents weren't able to show you the love that you wanted, or your spouse or partner weren't able to show you the love that you wanted. Your children, your friends, whatever, that can be very, very painful, and it resides in your lungs. And so breathe helps release that. It helps you feel comforted, and it helps you be able to be open to receiving love, maybe in different ways and from maybe different sources than you were expecting. And I absolutely love this oil for its emotional benefits. It's going to help you feel loved, cared for, open to receiving, courage to fully open up yourself, your heart. If that really strikes a chord with you, I would encourage you to partner it with some geranium just over your heart to help you be able to open to love and trust again. It helps you embrace life. It helps you feel healed, and helps you find solace. Now, breathe is hold on, let me stop my share real quick. We also have some great products that breathe is infused with. And one of my favorites are these breathe drops. These are all natural. They are infused with essential oils. And they also have additional Melissa essential oils in it. They come in a nice little handy thing. I love these drops. I keep these in my purse all the time because I never know when a cough's going to come up, or I'm going to be around someone that is having a cough and I'm able to offer them. This will stop a cough almost immediately. It is so powerful. So it's going to help soothe and coat the throat. The Melissa is going to help fight any immune response, immune problem that might be happening. And they've saved my honey so many times with coughing. I absolutely love these breathe drops. Now, they're going to taste like a cough drop. They're not super yummy. For me, it took me a few times to get used to the flavor. But it's not bad. They do have some brown rice syrup in there. It's organic, which is awesome. And so it does have a sweet taste to it. So they're not awful. But I absolutely love these. I have these with me all the time. I always make sure I have some in my purse, because you never know when you're going to have a little cough, or somebody you're around is going to have a cough. And so I love these breathe drops so much. And then the second breathe infused product is our breathe stick. This is like a giant lip balm. Oh, this one's it's a little melted, but you can apply it right over your chest or the throat. It's already diluted so that you're not having to dilute it. If you are using this on a small child, I would recommend some coconut oil before, after applying it, just because it's diluted, but it's not super diluted. So just keep that in mind as you're using it. But I love it because with the, it's coconut oil, shea butter, things like that, some beeswax. It's going to stay on there longer. It's kind of like a natural Vicks vapor rub, and it's going to stay on you longer. You can do it on your chest. You can do it on the bottoms of the feet, right? We all know the Vicks trick. Put the Vicks on the bottom of your feet and then put your socks on and your cough's going to stop. Guess what? Let's do it with a non-petroleum based option that's going to be as effective, if not more effective, and less toxic for you, actually non-toxic for you. And so I love the Breathe Stick. We have multiple of these because my kids love them. They're super easy, especially if they wake up at night and they're coughing or they're congested. They can just grab their Breathe Stick, put it on, and go back to bed. So absolutely love the Breathe Stick. It's an easy way to share the oils as well. Breathe also comes in our Touch line, which is and I forgot to grab it, but it is in a roller bottle that is 10 milliliter. It will be pre-diluted and ready to use. We use that one all the time, especially for the sinus pressure and congestion, because it is diluted and it's not as harsh, but it still works just as great. So we will use that Breathe roller a lot in our home. So I hope you've enjoyed learning about these oils and blends today. And I hope you've had some new ideas of how you can use them in a different way in your life, or somebody that you love, maybe a way that they could be benefited from some of these oils. Thank you for joining me, and we'll see you next week.